Welcome to the Voice of Reason Sports Podcast. Make sure you subscribe to the show, leave a comment, and click that like button. All right, welcome back, man. NBA playoffs are really heating up. Second round is going on now. Man, what happened to the Nuggets, man? They took another beatdown from the Timberwolves.
Man, Timberwolves, like for the longest time, the Timberwolves were the number one defensive team in the league. They had all the stats and everything, and they brought that joint out for this series, man. They are
Absolutely.
shutting them down. They're locking Denver down.
And they did that without Gobert. Gobert
Without
wasn't out there. Yeah.
Now that really shocked me.
That was
They
impressive.
did that without Gobert.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Gobert is the middle. He is their middle for their team. That defense is anchored with him.
He was defensive player of the year.
Yes. You're not coming in there with them damn lame ass layups,
right?
And putbacks. You know what I'm saying? He rejected all that, but they did it without him.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah, and you can see the Nuggets are getting frustrated with it.
When he was ruled out, you know, and I already kind of knew when they said the baby thing that he had his baby on the way, because Anthony Edwards had the same situation early in the year where he left a game, to go because he had a baby coming, and then he didn't play the next game. I thought that Joker's gonna put up 40 points. I was like, who's gonna stop? But Naz Reid, man, he was in there. He was putting body on Jokic. He's still making the shots not easy for him.
Yeah. Well, I mean, but when you look at it from the standpoint of, you know, not having Gobert out there, still the Timberwolves are a really good defensive team. They got a lot of size and length out there. They swarm the ball. Look at the defense that they did on Jamal Murray. They frustrated him so much so he threw out the heating pad out there.
Yes, they will play him at half court.
Yeah,
they don't let them just go and set up their offense. They will play that defense starting right at half court, and they'll be right up in their face, man.
Yeah, and they're up in Jokic's face.
Yeah, man, making them work for everything.
Yeah, man,
making them work for everything.
I'm really surprised by that.
But you know what? Them not having Gobert does for the Minnesota Timberwolves, it picks up their pace, because now they're a faster team, and I think
they got more scorers out there.
Yes, and you know that's Edwards' type of game, where he can kind of run the floor and don't get a defensive chance to set up. That's his type of game, you know, and I think once they start picking that pace up on Denver wasn't expecting that, and it made it even worse for them. It was bad enough they still were able to play defense, but now offensively, now they running you up and down the court.
Yeah, in Denver.
No, the altitude and all that. You know?
All that foolishness, right? He can't breathe out there. BS. They look fine to me.
They look fine to me.
Yeah. I'm
now
really.
You gotta go back to Minnesota.
Yes.
Down 0-2.
Yeah.
If they pull up, if Jokic could pull them out of this one, he deserved an MVP next year.
So now I'll give him 3 in a row or 2 in a row again.
He go back to 2 in a row. Yeah, he got 3 in a row.
Yeah.
The league not gonna let them have 3 in a row.
They're gonna stop that, right? Yeah. They don't allow 3 in a row. You can get 2 in a row, but hold up now. I mean, they did that to LeBron. They did it to everybody else. You know, you don't get 3 in a row in this league. Yeah. I mean, how many 2 in a row MVP winners we'd have had already? I mean, even Magic Johnson and Michael Jordan couldn't get 3 in a row. I think the last 3 in a row MVP was Larry Bird, 84, 85, and 86.
Wow.
So, yeah. Wow. Yeah. You know, they don't allow that. I mean, even Giannis got 2 in a row. Can't get the 3rd.
Right.
Like, ooh, that's cut it out. But yeah, I mean, well, before we get into the awards, right? We got to start taking Anthony Edwards. You know, you got to start looking at him seriously as like superstar, right? Stardom. This guy has really elevated his game in the playoffs, and I'm at the point where I want a DNA test. test on this dude because I mean, Jordan and him very similar, very similar. He kind of even looks like him. Like, I mean, I'm not talking the imitation Jordan like I thought Kobe Bryant was. I thought Kobe Bryant emulated everything Jordan did. This guy naturally looks like Jordan out there. Even that dunk when he dunks from the side and everything like that. He looks special.
You remember this dude named Harold Miner?
Mm-hmm. Baby Jordan?
I'm about to say, remember what his nickname was?
Yeah.
Baby Jordan. He fell off so quick.
Oh, right.
So quick.
Because he won the dunk contest, I think they call it.
Like, he could dunk like Jordan. He could jump on the chill.
Yeah, but he didn't have that same fire like Jordan.
Right. I will say this, if Anthony Edwards could settle down and fully develop his game, oh yeah. Because I mean, he got the athletics, of course. He has the athletics.
And the size.
And the size. Now, what people don't really realize is that what kind of terror Jordan was on defense too.
Mm-hmm,
you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Jordan, I mean, I can't remember the last time I seen somebody have over 200 steals and 200 blocks in the same season.
Mm-hmm.
That's
crazy. And what, 30 points?
Right. And average 30 points.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if he rounds out his game like that and don't be just so offensive, yes, he will be Jordan. He will be up there with him. Now, and also be more consistent. You can't have those like 8-point games and 9-point games he sprinkles in there from time to time.
Oh, yeah, that's true. That's definitely
he'll
not
do that
Jordan
from time
like.
to time. Yeah, that's his knock. You know what I'm saying? He'll give you the 40 and then he'll come back and give you 8. You just can't depend on him regularly. But hey, right now
he's special. He looks great. Yes. I'm very impressed. He's really elevated his game in the playoffs, and he's really like taking this Timberwolves franchise out of the dump. I mean, this franchise was pretty much one of the worst franchises in the NBA.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's really elevated. I mean, he's making me a fan of the Timberwolves. So
absolutely. I mean, they make some moves. I mean, they do have Cat and Rudy Gobert there.
Yeah. I don't know about you, but I didn't understand that trade for Gobert. I was like, why would you have him and Cat? They're gonna really clog up things. But once I saw that Cat that really don't like playing down low,
right,
it made sense. And I guess the GM of the Timberwolves knew what they were doing.
Yep, get him an actual real big man,
a real rim protector at that too.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And while we're on the subject of Gobert is your defensive player of the year. I believe this is 2 in a row.
Yeah. He deserves it.
He definitely deserves it. Yeah. And he has this, I believe this is his 3rd time winning it. So,
really, this is his 3rd time winning defensive player of the year?
Yeah, I believe it's his 3rd time.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah, man.
He had 2, but I didn't know he had 3.
Oh yeah, he definitely got more. He's been dominant, man. As even going back to his days with the Jazz, he's been dominating things, controlling the paint. So he's up there with Ben Wallace, and I forget who was the other 3-time defensive player of the year.
Oh, like probably Dennis Rodman, maybe.
I don't think it was Dennis Rodman, but it's him, Ben Wallace, and one other person. He becomes the 3rd. No, I'm sorry. Not 3 times, 4 times. He becomes the 3rd player to win the award 4 times. It's Dikembe Mutombo that's won it 4 times. Ben Wallace, Dikembe Mutombo. And
what about Jordan? How many times did he win?
I think Jordan only won it like once. He didn't win that many times.
No, he at least won it twice.
Okay, maybe it was twice, but he definitely ain't win it 4 times.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Gobert, Dikembe, and Ben Wallace 4 times defensive player. Yeah.
Wow, I didn't even realize Dikembe. Not Dikembe.
Ben Wallace.
Dikembe. No. Wallace. I didn't realize Wallace won it 4 times.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Back in the day, you remember when the Pistons with Big Shot, Chauncey Billups, and all of them. I mean, they were purely a defensive team, and Ben Wallace was like the middle of that, man. And the crazy part about it, Ben Wallace was like 6'8", 6'9", playing center.
Right.
Out of Virginia Union, I think it was. He came from HBCU.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
He wasn't as tall as the other guys.
Yeah, he wasn't as tall as the other guys. I think well, matter of fact, he's undrafted as well. He's the first undrafted player to be in the Hall of Fame too, in the Basketball Hall of Fame. So undrafted, Ben Wallace. Yep. So yeah. So Rudy Gobert won the Defensive Player of the Year. Wembyama won Rookie of the Year. Yep. And Jokic wins the MVP award. So
I mean, special shout out to Brunson. He ain't get any kind of, he ain't get the mid-range shooter of the year, something like that.
Right.
You need to make him an award, man.
I don't think you have to. I don't think you have to. Here's why. He plays in New York. You know he's gonna get as much love. Being a Knick, you're MVP.
Well, he's gonna get love in New York, but I mean league-wise.
Right. I hear you. An official award, but look, hey, I don't want to give out no participation award. Let it.
The dude is working on his fourth straight 40-point game in the playoff.
I know he killing it. He is killing it. I love what he's doing,
yo.
But
and he ain't doing it with no dunks. He ain't had that one dunk. You know what I'm saying? Ain't shooting a ton of 3-pointers.
Nope. All mid-range shots, killing them.
All mid-range.
Yeah.
And nobody stopping it or blocking. It's crazy.
And what I love about it is that he wasn't the big glamour free agent pickup for the Knicks. I mean, they paid him a lot of money. They made a big effort to get him, but he wasn't Carmelo Anthony. He wasn't, Donovan Mitchell. All these big names that the New York media and fan base wanted. And they got this kid out of Dallas, and everybody was questioning, why would you get this dude? You know what I mean? And it was a modest pickup that really turned the franchise around.
Yep.
Yeah. So that's what I love about it more than anything. It's like, hey, man, it seems like the Knicks actually did their due diligence. They evaluated this kid, this father. I don't know if he was on the staff, but he had some type of relationship with the Knicks. And they were actually able to, made the determination, this is our guy. And that was a good pick. Shame on Dallas for not keeping him.
Really, though. And that's why remember we had a discussion. I mentioned that last episode. Did Dallas kicking themselves?
They should be. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, Kyrie's playing great, but I mean, this kid's going to be playing for another 10 years.
Yeah. Absolutely. And with his game, you know what I'm saying? The way it is not above the rim, really. He can do that for another 10 years.
Right. Exactly. I mean, I don't know how much more Kyrie got, but yeah, this kid is going to be around for a long time. You can hand the keys of the franchise over to him.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So, yeah. But speaking of the Knicks, they're playing the Pacers right now. We're at halftime. Obviously, there's no defense being played. The Pacers are up 73-63, and the Knicks
it is crazy what's going on in this game. They are making New York play that fast-paced game. There's 24 seconds on the shot clock, right? They're shooting the ball with 17, 18, 19 seconds left on the clock.
Wow.
On the shot clock. I mean, it's incredible how up and down the game is going right now. Like they're literally coming down, 2 passes to the paint, shot.
Well, I mean, that might be the game plan to get things going before the Knicks set up their defense.
Right.
Because the Knicks supposedly have a good defense, and somehow they're getting shellacked with 73 points at halftime. So.
Yeah. Well, they're better defense when they got Randall and Robinson playing. They're much better defense, but yeah, they are supposed to be defensive grounded, but a lot of times their defense is their offense. So they'll slow the game down, do a lot of passing, and it won't be like this quick hurry up to get the ball up the court like they've been doing tonight. But they actually did this last game too. Like they started off slow, and the first 2 quarters were unders.
Mm-hmm.
But ever since that, it's been 4 straight overs. So
Mm-hmm.
if y'all was listening to this live, I'm telling y'all, hey, third quarter, 55.5, go bet the over. We want some free money.
He wants some free money. Well, I mean, at this point, you got to keep in mind too. Brunson left the game with an injury. I'm not sure if he came back, but I'm looking at the
Oh
box
man,
score,
I
and it
did
still
not
says
realize
8
that.
minutes. Yeah, he left. Probably I think it was somewhere in the second quarter. I think the beginning of the
Oh
second quarter, maybe
wow.
the end of the first quarter. But he left with he bumped knees with somebody. He left the court. Not sure if he's going to come back. I wasn't watching the game to see when. I wasn't watching at that point to hear the report on what's going on and whether or not he's going to return.
Oh man.
So, yeah. So that could be part of the issue why they down by 10. But hey, they still got time.
Yeah, I'm sure that has a lot to do with it. That's a whole lot.
Right.
I did not realize he got hurt. Like,
Oh yeah, he got hurt.
I've been preparing for the podcast and everything. I wasn't even really like looking at it, just kind of had it on. But
Yeah.
yeah, like you said, he played 8 minutes.
Yep. 5 points.
Yeah. Yeah.
Probably a smart move by the Knicks by not bringing it back out there. Let that heal. Dude's logged a lot of minutes, scored a lot of points. Let him heal. Get ready for game 3. You know, you're already up
If he
1.
could play, he would, but you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It might be kind of serious. It might be something serious going on.
Yeah. Hopefully it's not. Hopefully just taking an ice bath and resting that joint, trying to get ready for game 3. At least I would take the conservative approach.
I didn't see like any little sideline shots of him or anything like that. That's why I didn't know he was out. But I guess we're gonna definitely see about it when they start going into the third quarter because they got to give a status.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you this much. If it's serious and he ain't playing again, Knicks are done. That's a wrap, New York.
That's done. Yeah.
That's done.
You can't lose both of your stars. The top 2 stars still win. You just can't.
Right.
They ain't got that kind of talent on that team.
Right. But yep, we'll be following that closely. The other games have been looking good. Be checking that out. But one thing I wanted to bring up, man, I know we don't normally talk about the WNBA, but we're talking about them a lot. So I'm gonna bring up this, man. I thought this was really interesting. So the Chicago Sky were playing, and Cardoza and Angel Reese played for the Sky, and the game wasn't being televised, right? You know, the Indiana Fever was being televised because Caitlin Clark plays for them, but the Sky wasn't being televised. So there was a fan that streamed the game through like social media on X or something like that, and a huge number of fans watched the game through X, a preseason game. Wow. WNBA. That's crazy, right?
Well, yeah. I mean, yeah.
So now networks have taken notice. So that's always been my argument. If you want to see the women get paid more, you want to see the women get more attention, just like the NBA players get attention, the men, watch.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I mean, I guess we're gonna see. But I guess we're gonna see. But it's right now it's still fresh.
Yep.
It's still real fresh off of the NCAA.
Yep.
So we'll see if they can sustain it because that's the main thing, sustaining it.
Right. You know that's why you got to capitalize on this stuff now. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
That's all in the WNBA to get that out there and shove that down our throat, right? Like I remember when the NBA, when LeBron James, just before he was drafted, the NBA reminded us every damn day that LeBron James was the second coming. You remember that? It was every damn commercial. Before this dude was even drafted, he was on every magazine, every billboard.
Oh, yeah.
He was
the second. You cannot do anything without seeing LeBron.
Right.
You know.
It could do nothing. It's like, yo, all right, this dude better be good.
Yeah.
And he turned out to be great, but we already knew
they was going to make him great no matter what. He would have been a complete total knucklehead to not be great at that point because they basically
They groomed him to be great.
They're wagging to him. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Going to be great.
They linked him up with a lot of great players.
Yep.
I remember the Cavaliers got rid of head coach and brought in a good mentor, Paul Silas, to come in and coach him. I don't know if you remember Paul Silas. He was a player that played for the Celtics back in the day, won a championship. He came to New Orleans. I know he coached Chris Paul. He coached Baron Davis. So he was a good mentor, and they brought him in to coach LeBron James when he first got there. So he had a lot of great stuff in place, a lot of great players and people in place to help him grow. So the point is, if the WNBA wants to grow this game and wants it to be, it ain't never going to be as successful as the NBA, but they want to be on their own footing and be successful in their own way. They need to capitalize on these players. Because
absolutely. I mean, the players who will make the fans watch. You know
exactly. Exactly.
The game is there and the game's interesting, but the players who actually make the fans come and put the butts in the seat.
You know what I'm saying? One of the things I always hear from people that really don't watch basketball, they tell me this every time. I'd rather watch the women's game because it seems to be more fundamentally sound. And say, man, you know what? Stop it. Nobody wants to see that. You know what I'm saying? I want to see some athleticism. I want to be entertained. Because that's what it's about. This is entertainment. This is a show. Put on the show.
Right. We're watching. We're trying to see greatness. If you can show any kind of greatness that'll get people to watch, just kind of like sort of Tiger Woods. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Before Tiger Woods got there, people wasn't really watching golf like that.
Right.
But then you say, okay, this guy's going to be great, one of the greatest ever. Now people want to start watching.
But not only that, Tiger had a little flair with it. You know, when you make a long putt, he'll put out his arm and he'll do that. You know, hold out his arm and show some excitement. You know, some personality, and that's what it's about, man. It's about showing personality. It's about showing some flair. I mean, everybody loves Steph Curry, but when Steph Curry started shooting threes and he would turn his back before the shot would go in, show some flair, or you do the shimmy or something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's what draw people in. That's when you fall in love with a player because they're entertaining you out there. They are entertainers. Yes, they're athletes, but they're entertainers. And that's why you pay $100 to go see these games. And so let's stop trying to promote this as this good spirited games out there, for sportsmanship. Yes, all of that is fine. But you know what? We out here to be entertained. I want to see some dunks. I want to see some long-range three-point shots. I want to see some flair. I want to see some dancing out there. I want high-fiving. That's what I want to see. So
at the end of the day, like you said, we want to be entertained.
Want to be entertained. So
we want to be entertained. So bring it.
Bring it. And I'm going to say it once again. Don't mess it up, WNBA. Don't mess it up. Thanks for joining us again. We do this thing every week. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And we'll see you next week.
Holla.